I had to come back to that. I had a cough attack. You have to do whatever it takes for you to do better in life, to live a better way in life. Now, there are some things I have struggled with and still is struggling with it, but I'm trying my best to do better than what I was doing before. So I got to buckle down, stay motivated, stay consistent in doing what I have to do. Sometimes the devil play with your mouth. Oh, that ain't good. You wasting your time, blah, blah, blah. You got to tell the devil, no, get the hell away from me. I'm doing things right. I'm not listening to you. I'm listening to myself. And I know what I got to do. Because let me tell you something. When you put off things, next thing you know, you in another year. In another year, you ain't did nothing. You still in the same situation, predicament that you was in 3 years ago. No, 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 no. You got to flow and move in and invest yourself as time go on. So that's one thing you got to do. And when you find yourself getting depressed or fresh, go to the emergency room and tell people, look, I'm hearing voices, I'm depressed, I need some help. Get some help. And sometimes you can't do it by yourself. Get you some help. You might have to get some medicine. Getting medicine is not a bad thing, a lot of times. It helps to calm you down and get your thoughts right on that behalf. Back then, people like, oh, I'm not going to see a psychiatrist, honey, baby. These days, psychiatrist is where it is. The psychiatrist, their appointment book is so long that it's hey, is it? It's ridiculous. But you got to do what you got to do to get you some help. And sometimes you got to do things that's gonna help you, like listen to music. Listen to things that's going to motivate you, encourage you. Be around people that's going to encourage you. Don't be around people that's going to put you down and they're doing the same thing you doing, not a damn thing. And you definitely don't want to be around them. And they going to get jealous when they see you progressing and doing better because they not doing a damn thing. You need to get away from them folks and focus on what you got to do for you to be successful out here nowadays. You have to. Because look, gas is going up. Like child care, that was child care back then. The government's pay, honey, that ain't happening no more. Food stamps coming to a stop for certain people. If you on Social Security, baby, they rechecking everybody out. Make sure you really is disabled, honey. They going through things like a fine toothpick. Taxes, you better know what you put on your tax statement last year when you filed it, because they ask you for questions like that, the AGI. So you got to be up to date and know how to do things so you can be better in life and you can set an example for your kids or the people around you. And look, hey, I don't care. I'm just gonna say it like it is. These women that's having all these kids, shit, nowadays it ain't time to have all these kids, because, baby, ain't no child care. You got to come out your pocket. So that means you stuck. You stuck, because you don't have a way to get out there and go to work because you got to pay a babysitter. And how you going to pay a babysitter? You ain't got no money. You come out going to a low-paying job. That ain't going to work because, honey, child care these days is about $200 a week, and you only bring home $300 a week or $400 a week. Then you got to pay light bill, gas bill. You got to pay your rent. If you got a car, you got to pay insurance, car note. Put things that you need around the house, food and Pampers and this and that. That's today not a good time for that. And also the ones who got, I'm just keeping with so many baby fathers. And don't let you have a daughter who's watching you doing those things. Don't think the kid's not looking. They watch it and they mimic you and they see exactly what you're doing. Then next thing you know, they're following your footsteps. They are following in your footsteps because they see mom and they love you, and it's like, okay, if mama's doing it, I know it's right. I know it's right for me to have 5, 6 baby daddies and not get married to none of them and fight and trying to put them on child support. They watching. Same way with the boys. They watching their dad. They watching their dad. And their dad is out here stealing, gang banging, beating a woman. Oh, they do the same. Well, my daddy was doing it, and I know it was right. So now it's time for me to beat the blank out of somebody. Nope. You got to change the atmosphere that they're living in. If they're surrounded by drugs and violence, it's your job to put them in a safe environment so they won't get caught up and then be among the peoples that they was hanging with who's now in jail or dead. You got to change it. You got to change it for you and your kids. Because that's the main thing. A parent should want to do right, for their kids. But you got a lot of parents that's going through things mentally and they don't have the mindset because they dealing with a lot of things, a lot of habits. And they can't function right now to try to do better. Because instead of them trying to do better for kids, honey, first they need to work on themselves in order for them to, do better for their kids. You have to work on yourself. You have to love yourself, teach yourself, and know what you accept and what you do not accept. So I'm just keeping it real. I love myself. I thank God. I'm doing better than what I was doing. I'm seeing the mistakes that I made, and I'm correcting the mistakes that I made in the past because I don't want to be going down that same road over and over and over again. So that's my word of encouragement. You stay strong and don't give up. And I'm going to bring more videos out too and motivate people, to encourage people, because sometimes that's what we need. We need somebody to encourage us and to help us. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Now, this was me. I ain't talking about nobody else. I have 4 sons. The middle son, the second son, he has prom. We're trying to find a job, blah, blah, blah. He applied and he just give up. When nobody don't call, just don't give up. So one day, I know it was God supposed to say, you're going to have to help that one. You're going to have to help that one. So I started calling around, seeing where they're hiring at, close to the house. Sometime around in the area is not for you. You got to get further out there and know what's for you. So I started calling different places. And one place, they told me where you had to go to fill out the application. So I filled a little 1-page application out for them. And I told her, I said, look, I filled out a job application for you. And tomorrow I want you to call them and tell them, you're interested in a position. You want to know what's the status of your application that you put in. So he called. One of them said the hiring manager won't be in until next week. Then one gave me an interview the next day. And I said, this is up to you to sell yourself to get the job. Because I don't did all the hard work. Now it's it's not hard. His hard work is selling himself and doing that job when he get it. But I did the main part for you to get in the door. Now, to get to the door, it's your job to get in the door when you go for the interview. Do what you got to do to get it. So he came out. I took him there, sat in the car, came out, got hired on the spot. At first, I was like, okay, he got the job, but he don't seem happy about it. Then as time went on, I guess he was in denial because he'd been let down so many times. He was in denial. I guess he had to really see, okay, I'm not going to get upset until they tell me what day to come in and what time I have to be there at work. So when that happened, that's when he spoke to me. Said, I'm so glad that you filled the application out and that you help me so I can have a job, so I can do what I have to do. Because sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to help some people. You got to help them. I mean, if you got to take them around to apply for things, you got to help them when you see them straggling along the side, and they need help. They need guidance, need direction. And that's where you come in at. So I will talk back with you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.